happened? Where are we?
Where are we?
Welcome everybody to Death Battle Cast here in the brand new tavern that we own called the Nightly Brew. It's not. We don't technically actually own a tavern.
Yeah, the one person that's like, holy shit, they opened a tavern.
Yeah, and you can stay at the tavern at. Yeah. So hey, check this out. This is a brand new set that we just had built thanks to good friend Marcus Laporte. And this is going to be what we're going to be using for our other channel, the Nightly Brew, which we just kind of started recently.
Yeah.
So we figured let's try doing a Death Battle Cast from it as well.
We got this to play Dungeons and Dragons and Coup and Monopoly, and even
Human
later
sacrifice.
today, the most just competitive tabletop game you could ever imagine, Jenga.
But it's challenge. It's challenge Jenga.
It's
though.
challenge
What
Jenga.
is challenge Jenga?
Oh, we didn't even tell Liam.
Yeah, I
Oh, that's
I just have
incredible.
sort of showed up today.
Yeah. We flew Liam in from New York to the tavern just to tell him not what's going on.
They're
at
lying.
all.
They
Yeah.
actually all moved to New York. To
Yeah,
allow me.
that's
Yes,
what the
we-
tavern is.
We thought it would be easier to build this in New York City. Yeah, sure, bud.
Yeah, so basically, instead of Champions Cast, after this, we're going to go over to a live stream on the Nightly Brew channel where we're going to be playing Challenge Jenga, which is there are certain blocks that when you pull them, you'll have to do a challenge. It could be answering trivia, it could be something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that goes. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys will join us there. Also, shout out to Austin and Sam for putting in a bajillion hours over the
Yes.
weekend, getting this as working as it could possibly be. We're real close. We actually have more cameras than this one that you'll see in the future. But we were making some last minute audibles. So yeah,
We are in the process. We are still in the process of actually making the set work. It was literally physically finished like yesterday.
Yeah.
So, like as in stuff was installed on the walls and
Yeah.
stuff. And we do have other things that other cameras will show in the future.
Yep.
But today we are here for a Death Battle Cast between the Mandalorian and the Courier from Fallout. Also, hey, I'm Ben. I'm the showrunner of Death Battle, joined
Hey.
by.
I'm Chad. I play Boomstick and do this.
Hi, I'm Liam. I'm a writer and director for Death Battle.
Yeah, and I'm Sam. I'm usually behind the computer for this cast, and now I can see Austin over there worried, but he's doing a great job.
Also, because I know we're going to get questions about this before we get into it, all future casts will still be the normal setup remote because, well, one person lives in New York and flying them out every week would be incredibly
also,
impractical. But mainly, it's a lot easier for us to get guests on and do the show that way. Other members
Showcase
of the team.
things on screen.
Exactly.
Unless we're feeling froggy, they're mainly going to be not in person.
Yeah. But this set will be used for like Nightly Brew stuff.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So if you are brand new to Death Battle Cast, hey, you're probably very confused.
Yeah.
But the way this is gonna work is I am going to be representing Dinjarin, the Mandalorian. Liam will be representing the Courier.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Courier has a real name.
Schlumbo.
Mr. Courier.
It's
is what
always
I-
Schlumbo with you.
Courier, yeah, I mean, that's just,
Mr.
it's a
Slumbo
pro tag
Courier.
name.
Yeah.
You name him whatever you, or her whatever you want.
And it'll be our job to convince you, all of you right now, that our character should win a death battle. And if you're watching this live, we do this live every Tuesday at 2 p.m., 12 p.m. Central Time. Then there will be a poll at the end of the show that you'll be able to vote on to decide who should win. So let's get into this. Liam, tell me a little bit about the Courier.
Yes.
Your loser of a character.
Ooh, snap.
Whoa.
Snap, crackle, pop.
You guys are in person now. You can fight each other. Huh?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna happen. So the Courier is the protagonist from Fallout New Vegas, everybody's favorite Fallout game. And they are Courier. They
Nailed it. Great job.
Nailed it. They ferry objects across the irradiated wastelands of Fallout. That's their job. That's what they've been doing their whole life. They are tasked to bring this super special platinum chip, I think is what it was called, to New Vegas. But they are assassinated there by a gangster, and their goal is to get revenge. And essentially, the Courier is a Bethesda protagonist. Like, we had the Dragonborn on Death Battle before. They are incredibly busted in part because of how strong the game mechanics make them and how it's integrated into like the lore and the canon of the games. It is the same for the Courier. The Courier is an absolutely fucking busted RPG protagonist. They are incredibly strong, incredibly fast. Their stats, their perks and abilities and weapons are just at a completely like Looney Tunes level, especially in relation to Star Wars. Star Wars is powerful. Mando is no one to take lightly, but there is literally no comparison. I have some absolutely busted shit.
All right, well, we'll get into it. I will say 10 Tails with a $100 super chat.
10 Tails.
As my boy Courier is about to be massacred. I agree. Roasted, I agree. And cooked quite evenly. Absolutely.
Oh.
And his only hope is the VATS with 99% hit, which will most likely miss. Anyway, I can't wait to see how this will work and how the two will actually fare. And I hope the lore of Fallout wasn't too bad.
Thank you, 10 Tails.
Thank you. And I know we got a bunch of super chats. We aren't fully set up for like looking at chat on a preview monitor at the moment, but that's something we'll be setting up for later nightly brew streams. Yeah, Joe mentions, oh my god, the first in-person death battle cast since Wiz versus Boomstick. This is epic. Yeah, the last time we were in person,
it
for
really?
Cast, last time we were in
It
person
was the last
for a
Rooster
cast
Teeth one?
was when we thought we might not.
Be the
might be
last
the
one.
end.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's crazy.
I remember that was a really hopeful day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were already like thinking there was a possibility that we would be buying it, but
Yeah.
we weren't sure.
More
right?
so hoping.
Yeah. Little Z-Bot, it's so strangely nostalgic seeing all of you gathered around a table for one of these. I'm digging it. I know, right? We used to do these in person all the time. But also, it is easier, pulling up images and things like that if we are not computers, to be honest. Stories of the Seder with the super chat live action set. I love it so much. So we're gonna be using this table's actually like turned around at the moment. The other end has like a DM setup. So it's like a multi-use table. We have like the game set up where we can all like sit around the table and play cards or whatever, and then we have the DM Dungeons and Dragons setup where
Flip it.
where we just flip the table.
And do we want to talk about the other thing the table can do, or are we going to keep that as a surprise?
Oh, maybe we can't.
Okay,
We can't reveal everything all at once.
Austin was saying that on the next next stream you'll be able to see more probably because we're gonna be doing
we'll move
Jenga.
around.
So we'll give you a little tour in the next stream.
Yeah.
On
We'll
Nightly
show off the rest of the set. There's also some cool stuff on the walls.
Yeah.
And there will be more cool stuff on the walls as
Words.
we continue
Yeah,
building this out.
That's
Souls-
mine.
this is
The
Dark
good
Souls
part is
character.
me.
The good part
it's
is
a
me.
Dark
I
Souls
brought
game.
Chad brought
Liam
look
cultural victory.
I
Chad brought a tiny wooden shot
a
glass,
ye
which
old
is
shot glass.
on brand, and then I bought one
And
of the
then-
best video game character designed helmets ever.
I
that
brought
thing
that
is so
in the
sick.
Sea of Thieves skull. I brought that too.
It's not
Yeah.
invisible. Okay, there
It
it
was
is.
there until you moved.
We do have some other stuff. That's actually a Witcher sword. I know that.
Oh,
yeah,
there's a
right,
sword on the
that
wall.
was what it
Yeah,
We'll show them
yeah.
all the next
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
So-
Dude Blade X mentions beating Joe to the punch fireside chat this Wednesday.
Yes.
That's true.
Yep.
Because, and I saw a few people talking about it, a new death battle just aired. If you have not seen Ichigo versus Yusuke, go check it out. Oh my god, Sprite Fight's back. Sprite Fight's returning. Zach did an incredible job with the fight.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks so
The-
freaking cool.
Yeah, like the third act of the fight, the like 3D sprite stuff he does is buck wild. It's
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
good. It's crazy, man. He really,
So there's a
knocked
ton
it
of
out the
super
park.
chats. I do want to make sure we do keep on topic a little bit. So I'll get back to some of the super chats. But Mandalorian.
Yeah, tell us.
Din Djarin. Talking about the Courier doing all these cool things and in a world that apparently can overpower Star Wars or whatever. I disagree.
Oh,
Liam
Whoa.
Swan.
Heyo.
And as somebody in chat mentioned,
Yeah.
Liam is within swinging distance when he gets smug.
yeah.
So watch out.
Yeah. Shad.
What? Why? What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I do
He's in
fuck with you a
between-
lot.
He's in between us.
I know. I feel like
I
mom and
will.
dad
I
are
will.
arguing.
Chad, get ready for me, right? You'll do it.
My accuracy is very low.
Oh.
I might have done it on accident.
So okay, the Mandalorian is a warrior born after his time, I think, in the post-Empire era of the Star Wars timeline. Despite the fact that he is trained by a group of people who are best known for being the ultimate adversaries for the most powerful people in the galaxy when they were at their peak, the Jedi. The Mandalorians is basically just the Mandalorians, plural, are a warrior
race.
a warrior people, essentially, who dedicated their lives to weaponry, to learning how to fight, and to using that in almost like a religious zealotry aspect. And Din is part of a cult, as it were, that tried to maintain the core of that after their whole planet was wiped out and whatnot. Din is one of the strongest of the Mandalorians, despite not actually being the strongest, because you would probably say like Boba Fett is, right, or one of the like leaders, like maybe Bo-Katan. But he can hold his own with all of them, and is the one who is often chosen to represent the core group when they were first on the first planet, when only one would go out at a time because they were being secretive because everybody thought they were wiped out. And ultimately, he's an incredibly skilled bounty hunter. He is trained to fight Jedi, who I believe have powers the Courier's never going to be able to match. And he has some of the most powerful weaponry in the galaxy, including a gun that can just insta-kill you for no other reason than it just can.
We'll talk about insta-kill guns.
Okay. I mean, he's the Mandalorian. You guys have seen the show, right?
Yeah.
He just shoots you and you disintegrate, which is not. It's kind of crazy. So I remember when that first thing. I think it's in the very first episode. He shot a guy in a bar or whatever and just disintegrated. And I was like, oh, that reminds me of the Disruptor from the old like Star Wars games or whatever.
Right.
Except in those games, you have to like charge a shot. For him, with the
You just
phase
blast
rifle
him.
or the pulse rifle, it's just a setting. He just turns on. It's like disintegration time. Pew pew pew. Everybody disintegrates.
Is that one of the ones that, because some of the Star Wars guns are like propelled gas, right? Is how they work. They're not actually lasers. They're propelled
Sometimes I
gas.
feel like I'm propelled gas.
Yeah.
The like shells, the ones that are like actual guns.
Slug throwers,
Yeah,
like,
slugs,
yeah. They're like
Guns.
propelled
Yeah.
gas.
Live
But
guns.
that's what I thought, because isn't his rifle, doesn't it have the shells in like the first episode when he's hunting that big beast thing?
I think that's a different weapon.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the one that looks like a railgun.
Oh, yeah.
Like a
yeah,
railgun
yeah,
that's
yeah,
also a
yeah.
sniper rifle. It's like the pulse rifle or whatever. Yeah. So what's the Courier gonna do about that, huh?
Oh my god, I want to respond with. No. Okay, I'll save that for later.
Build
God,
up.
it would
I
be
mean,
so.
I'll
you know what it
I'll
is.
get in. Yeah, you want me to do it?
Sam knows what I was
Yeah.
about to respond with.
It's around the theme of Fallout, you know?
Anyways, no, I'll start low. Okay, so the core of the Courier's arsenal is his Pip-Boy 3000. It's attached to his arm. It monitors his vitals. It can map out the surrounding area. It can light up dark areas. He's got a variety of different armors, the most powerful of which is the power armor. It's like a motorized, powered armor that's incredibly tough. It's like the toughest thing in the Fallout universe in terms of like wearable stuff. It's said that like one person wearing it could take on an entire military compound by themselves.
Okay.
It's what you see on like the cover of Fallout 3. It's like that big sort of
Yeah,
tank
yeah.
dude. He's got a variety of implants like in his brain and in his body. One of which is the monocyte breeder implant. That like
Ew.
creates
Yeah, it doesn't sound
I
great.
know, right? The breeder implant creates these little like microorganisms of some kind that help him constantly regenerate from damage. Like they will just like heal up wounds. So he's constantly healing no matter what kind of damage he's taking.
And then he's pregnant.
And
Yeah,
then he's
yeah,
pregnant.
yeah.
It breeds him.
I don't like it.
And then the baby comes out, and then the baby can also fight. So it gives him like
Wow.
Imagine them trying to sell that to you. You know, it's just like, okay, listen, you can heal from anything. Oh, that sounds great. Why is it called the breeder? You know, and it's just like,
monocyte breeder baby versus Grogu. That could be
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah,
fight,
there you
right?
go.
They fight,
Lit,
like,
yeah,
off-
yeah.
yeah.
but then it's
I
like, do you
regret
do that? They're just like,
everything.
well, see, we're gonna inject some organisms in you, and they're just gonna fuck, and
Yeah.
it's gonna heal you.
Yeah.
Like inside me, yeah,
Yeah. Right.
that'd be a real moral quandary of like, you know,
Not
like,
for me.
no, you're just like,
Wait, yeah, what? Wait, what?
call me the Motel 6. Like, get them in there and let them do their business.
What is? Wait, what is the moral quandary there?
I actually
It
don't
would
know.
be gross. The little organisms are just
moral,
like,
or is it just?
I
it's
mean,
just
you have,
breeding
like-
in you. Move on.
You
Anyway.
have
I
shit
know,
in your
but
body replicating
I'm
right
just
now.
saying,
There's
yeah, but-
mad bacteria fucking inside you.
I mean, that's true.
Okay, I'll
Fair.
start with the powers because if I do weapons, then it'll segue too well into the end game of this.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the the most iconic abilities in Fallout is VATS, right? Especially in the Bethesda. I don't know if it's actually in the pre-Bethesda ones, but it for sure is in the Bethesda ones. And what that is the Pip-Boy like attaches to your central nervous system and literally enhances your reflexes. So what it is in the game is essentially time like stops and allows you to pick your shots, and you have like a probability of hitting certain things. Like the head is the least probability, is smaller. That is an actual. It's not just a game mechanic. It's a canon thing in the game where time like essentially slows down to a stop, and I mean a fucking stop. Like laser beams that have been fired at you are still. They are not moving. They're fucking stock still. And you are able to pick your shots and fire super accurately.
It's supposed to be like what, like a hyper like adrenaline state or
Yeah,
some shit,
exactly,
right? That's like
exactly. There's also some like
If you've ever almost died, you know it's kind of like that.
yeah. And just in general, the courier can like dodge laser beams coming at them even without VATS. There's also a perk called Turbo, which is sort of like VATS, but you can move. So you can actually move fast enough to run alongside laser beams that have been fired through the air. So some crazy stuff like that. He has stats that he can enhance. It's called Special, Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, and my favorite, which is Luck. Strength allows you can become strong enough to take on Death Claws. Unarmed Death Claws are these big like nuclear irradiated beasts that can like flip over cars. You can fight them just with your bare hands. Perception, super accurate headshots from like a mile away, super far. Endurance, you can walk around the wasteland. There's like a mechanic where like your limbs can get broken in Fallout, I believe. And you can have all of your limbs broken and still like walk around the wasteland with like max endurance. So I don't know how that works, but I guess you're just sort of like
they're fractures.
You're like stilting on your legs.
Muscles are so strong you don't need bones anymore.
Yeah, it's like the Berserker armor, but your muscles are just holding it together.
Exactly, yeah. You have charisma, which you can like seduce or convince people to do like literally anything, like stuff that is suicidal. You can seduce people that are actively trying to kill you. Intelligence, you can like hack into U.S. military grade computers. You're the smartest person in the wasteland. Agility, that's connected to VATS. And luck. Luck is my favorite. Luck makes you God. Luck makes you do anything. Luck, so there's casinos in Fallout New Vegas. You can play blackjack and win so consistently that you will nearly bankrupt the casino and have to be kicked out. You can perform surgery on people without knowing anything about surgery. You can guess a password on the first try. You can actually hack into systems with incorrect passwords. That's how good
it just happened to work.
Yeah. You can cause people's weapons to break, like they malfunction. They can stand next to you and fire at your head, and they'll still miss. Luck is insane. It makes you God. Like, it's just busted.
But we're not hitting reality warping in this matchup.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, it's not quite, but it kind of is.
I mean, chance, manipulating chance kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So, real quick shout out to Night Ghost for
their one special membership.
Yeah.
Who'd it go to?
Yeah. At Full Sauce.
Oh, nice.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
That was good.
Okay. So, and then there's a bunch of other super chats. You should have your phone out, chat, so that you can see it.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
And there's a bunch of people asking now what the heck is up with the set because you guys joined late, even though we started late.
We bought a tavern.
And we'll talk about that more in just a minute. But as far as Din goes, in terms of like what he's going to bring to the table, they could maybe counter some of that. Obviously, he doesn't have godlike luck. However, he is constantly dealing with people who have literally that times a million the Force, right?
Okay.
Like he's trained to fight people with that sort of abilities. In fact, a lot of the Mandalorian like gear and weapons are designed with the idea retroactively, I think, to mip the Jedi in a lot of ways. You know, the jetpack gives them aerial ability. The whipcord is not just able to like ensnare people, but is also able to like replicate to the force pull by grabbing things and bringing it back. Wow!
George thought of this the whole time.
Yeah, this is totally
George's
intentional.
vision was just locked in, buddy.
But they do have weaponry that is designed to mimic or like counter the Jedi in a lot of ways. And of course, the big one is the Beskar armor, which they developed in order to counter the lightsaber. And lightsabers can get up to a heat of over 20,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than a lightning strike. So it's gonna be a little difficult, I think, for the Courier to bypass that in any way.
Okay.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
good.
What? See, this is
There-
what,
there-
this is
yeah,
what
now-
I'm talking about. Chad, this
It's
is when
okay.
you're supposed to like swing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Ha! And then just throw. No, but I mean the armor's a big deal, right? Like, because like I don't think most of the Courier's weaponry like will penetrate the armor, right? Like,
No, I think every standard bullet is just
Yeah,
gonna
the
bounce
bullet
right.
stuff,
That's not gonna do a
Right.
thing.
Yes,
But that's
tons of
not
guns.
really
That's
a
not
problem for the
that's not the
Courier.
juice.
Yeah, there's more to squeeze in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. His kind of iconic weapon is of course the whistling bird missiles, which are 12 homing missiles that he kind of hides. They're very tiny, but they can like find weaknesses in armor and pierce through it. So basically, he has VATS, but he doesn't even have to do anything. He just pushes a button and VATS just
just
does it on its own. And can take out either multiple people, I guess up to 12 people with them, or a single person is just fucked when he fires that off.
Cody brings up a great question, Ben, and that is: does the Mandalorian get his spaceship?
I mean, it depends what kind of fight we're doing here.
I don't know.
The Courier doesn't have a spaceship.
Courier does not have a spaceship.
So yes, he does get a spaceship.
Yeah.
He just blasts him from orbit.
We'll talk about that.
I was assuming no.
Orbit?
But
You say? Okay.
Oh.
I mean, Mega Volcano
Orbit.
says it shouldn't matter if he does. The Courier has a satellite laser. That's interesting.
Oh, fucking spoiling it!
What?
Yes.
Yes,
I don't
that
know.
is
If that's
the-
we don't know the power of it or
That's
anything
true,
like that.
that's
I don't
true.
know.
okay, sure. Then he'll get his one of his 2 ships.
The other
Yes.
ship?
He can- yeah.
Will be the decoy.
He does have 2 ships. Well, he had 1 ship.
Yeah.
Is
And
Grogu
then he-
piloting the other
Well,
one?
so that's actually a really good question. Like, do we incorporate Grogu? Not him piloting the ship, but like, do we incorporate Grogu at all? Because like, it's weird because it's like it is a separate character, and they do separate right at one point. But like,
the movie's
they
called
did-
Mandalorian and Grogu.
I'm just saying, they do fight. They have fought alongside before. Grogu has helped him out, right?
Yeah, okay, but you also do have extremely stacked companions in Fallout. If you
Mandalorian
want to bring in your
also-
I'm
companion,
gonna say no to Grogu.
Okay.
1, because then it would there would be the argument
Yeah.
of bringing in companions from Fallout. 2, I don't think Grogu would actually help that much. I think he'd actually just kind of get in the way.
this
Okay.
this is like, does Yoshi get Baby Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I always do watch The Mandalorian, thinking it's a really off-cast like adaptation of Yoshi's Island 1.
It is really strange how the Mandalorian show went from let's protect this baby to hey, let's induct this like equivalent of a 5-year-old into a warrior cult.
Oh wait, they make Grogu a Mandalorian?
He's a Mandalorian in season 3 or whatever.
What?
Like,
Oh, I gotta
he's
catch
trying
up
to like
on that.
train him and stuff, and it's like he's a baby puppet.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
but
little stink.
the Jedi would have done the same, to
Well,
be fair.
technically, the Jedi would have made him like a fighter or whatever because they decided to keep the lightsaber stuff. Even though I think Return of the Jedi is all about removing weapons from the Jedi. I think that's kind of the arc that they were going for, but I guess not.
You just summoned your RFK Jr. right there.
Oh my
Like,
God.
good God. I feel like you're about to lie to the
I
American
saw, like,
people.
I saw, like, I saw, like, a spirit like
Yeah.
inhabit you for a second. The spirit of like decades of
Well,
Yeah.
'cause he
It's
puts
rage.
a lightsaber.
Just
in
bubbled
front
out.
of him.
Yeah, like-
But you know, you got to give the Jedi some credit. There's more to being
Yeah,
a Jedi
yeah, yeah,
than
yeah.
being a warrior.
Mhm.
There was.
Whereas when it comes to being a Mandalorian,
Yeah.
it's just here's how to kill people.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Mhm.
train you to kill people and worship your weapon, right? So it is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
That he's like, hey, 5-year-old. I
Yeah.
know he's 50, but like, he's the
It's
equivalent of a
right.
5-year-old.
Mentally
Um,
5, yeah.
Let's teach you how to kill people. Is essentially what's happening in the show right now. But anyway, either way, I don't think Grogu would really add that much. And unless he came in with the Rancor or whatever. the fuck, but he does have the 2 different ships. The transport ship with the from season 1 and 2. And then he gets the Naboo Starfighter, which doesn't make any sense to me, but sure, whatever.
They just wanted a Naboo.
it's a-
throwback.
it's
They
a
were like,
much-
y'all remember Naboo?
Sell the toy.
Is that the,
Yeah.
yellow, the yellow one? The one
Yeah,
from
Yeah.
he
Mandalorian?
gets a refitted Naboo Starfighter,
Remember
It
this?
was-
which
Remember
is
this? Remember
which
this?
is a really powerful fighter jet, essentially. with proton torpedoes and hyperspace capability.
It was very hard to unlock in the original Rogue Squadron.
Yes, that's.
It was like the hidden unlockable,
'cause
right?
That came out before the movie, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you could see it before the movie.
Yeah.
came out, which is pretty cool.
I remember me and my brother trying to unlock the Naboo starfighter. It was tough. You had to
So
get golds on
In
like,
Rogue
everything.
Squadron?
Yeah.
dude. You had to have the expansion pack in your 64 to run that game.
Yeah.
That's how old we are.
Super CJM says, I mean, the Razor Crest is canonically a piece of junk, so it wouldn't be that big a deal. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not like horrible. He does do some dogfighting in the
Junk.
Razor Crest, but yes, the Naboo starfighter would be like the
Much
main
better,
one. It would
yeah,
be far superior to the Razor Crest. So assuming he's got that, then he takes out the satellite, no problem.
Yeah.
He just like proton torpedoes the
would he-
Courier from the air.
How would he
And
do
guess
that?
what? Canonically, the torpedoes destroyed the Death Star.
Oh wow!
Which
by
means
hitting
they're
a special.
Well,
level.
yeah,
yeah, but that-
fucking planet level.
Yeah.
No. He just shot a proton torpedo at it and went go.
I
Boom.
wanna-
Oh, how easy was that?
Address some of this nonsense, this
Yeah.
chicanery being thrown my way. First off, it is 100% true that the Mandalorians have post hoc been retrofitted to sort of fight the Jedi.
Which doesn't
Um,
necessarily mean they weren't before.
That doesn't no, it's absolutely legitimate. The thing is that their arsenal does not make them a Jedi. Their arsenal is designed for disrupting the way that Jedi fight and for replicating it. It doesn't make them as powerful
I mean-
or as fast or as strong as like a Jedi is.
Yeah, it's not even just Jedi. They're set up to fight any threat, which includes
Yeah,
the Jedi.
includes the
like
Jedi.
that's the point in the
Yeah.
old books. Like their gauntlets could grab lightsabers, but that's also for the Viber swords and like all that other shit too,
Mandalorians
right? It
don't-
was like everything.
Generally like charge like a barbarian at a Jedi and like fight them in hand to hand. They can if it's like absolutely necessary, but they are generally like they try to take advantage of Jedi weaknesses and biases. So all that is to say, it is not Courier versus a Jedi. The Courier himself has a pretty incredible arsenal. So obviously, like, yeah, it has tons of like, let me just list off the full fucking thing. Yeah, so there's like,
there's
there's
so
like
many notes.
gloved weaponry, melee weaponry like swords and machetes and stuff, pistols, energy pistols, rifles, submachine guns, shotguns, heavy weapons, like light machine guns, energy rifles, heavy energy rifles, explosive weapons that launch things. We'll get to that one. Thrown explosives, planted explosives like in the ground. Just a much wider variety than of weapons that Din has. I think Imagine Din at some point would be like, where the fuck are you getting this stuff?
He's like, right, this is the thing where just keeps stepping on mines and explosions.
Yeah.
And it's like just getting bounced around in the armor.
Now, obviously, the Beskar is going to counter like a lot of that. Anything that's like a bullet or anything like that is going to get countered. However, there are tons of other things that the Courier has that the Beskar would not necessarily counter, and stuff that like even just the regular gun in combination with something like VATS, which essentially stops time and allows him to target like with pinpoint accuracy. The gaps in the Beskar would give him an edge. So some of the stuff is like the corrosive glove, which like applies like an acid which burns through you, like an acid sort of spit on you, which could go through the armor, like around it. The two-step goodbye, which is one that I found was cool, which is basically the Kenshiro glove, where you hit somebody and then they walk 2 steps and then their heart explodes. Yeah.
Amazing.
Notably, weapons like the arc welder, like Tesla cannons, stuff like that, shoot bolts of electricity. Notably, when we did research for Boba Fett, the bolts of electricity was something that came up, is something that would actually be able to get around Beskar armor.
Really?
Because it actually, yeah, there's a sequence where there's a weapon that shoots these bolts of electricity that like literally disintegrates Mandalorians in their armor. The Beskar itself is unharmed. We brought it up as like a durability thing for the Beskar.
Well, it's so
but the user inside was like vaporized.
well, like they're supposed to be prepped for like to fight any
So,
threat, and you
okay.
know the Sith really like their lightning, so you'd think that they'd.
It's not just lightning. So
Okay.
Sabine is a Mandalorian, and she specifically develops a device that can counter Beskar armor.
Mhm.
She knows how to make Beskar, so she develops a weapon that can like chemically induce like superheating in a Beskar to armor to disintegrate whatever's inside.
Right.
That's the idea. It isn't just lightning. It is like a very specifically designed beam that can like affect Beskar.
More like
in a
an
special way.
like an arc welder. That
It's presented as a super
Yeah.
weapon. This is in the Rebels TV show. It's presented as a super weapon. Nobody else knows how to make it. Like that's kind of the whole idea. It's like she's the only one who can like defeat this Mandalorian armor.
Pressure cook a Mandalorian.
Exactly.
Speaking of superheating,
Okay.
you had mentioned that how hot was the lightsaber, the lightning that you mentioned? It was
It's an estimation that it's
Sure,
over
sure.
20,000
Over
degrees
20,000
Celsius,
degrees.
but it's probably much more than that.
probably much more than that. Well, it's going to have to be a lot more than that, because one of the most iconic weapons the Courier has is the Fat Man, which is a bazooka that launches a nuclear device, a bomb.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that all the Fallout characters are kind of the only way. Like this, like we colloquially will say, like he'll just nuke them, and in this case,
Yeah,
he literally
He
will
literally,
just nuke
you can
him.
literally, and you can do it
Yeah.
in bats, and you can aim at their balls,
Yeah.
and you can.
Yeah, you can literally just nuke them.
And a nuclear blast generates temperatures exceeding 100 million degrees, which is, I think,
Hotter.
well beyond than the 20,000 plus sort of range that we're talking about. More than enough to super cook a Mandalorian in their Beskar.
I don't know.
Or just go around the Beskar, right? Like, the Beskar isn't a force field that surrounds them. There are gaps. It's just stuff that they wear.
I just saying, Indiana Jones survived a nuclear blast by hiding in a lead-lined refrigerator. I
It's
feel
true.
like the Mandalorian
He's just
Beskar
wearing
armor.
one.
Yeah, he's just wearing the fridge.
He's
You
also,
know, like
so I will say the gaps in the armor also do have metal plating, like in the under armor. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's not like he's just wearing a t-shirt underneath.
Sure,
So-
but still, like a metal, like once you move, once we stop talking about Beskar,
It doesn't really
the
matter. Yeah.
Courier's weapons are gonna punch right through it.
Yeah.
There's also Euclid's Sea Finder, which is a little toy gun that hits you, targets you, and then causes the orbital laser to target you and blast you from orbit with a gigantic fucking laser. There's also the pulse grenade, which can take care of electrical equipment. It's like an EMP. That's going to be something that's going to hurt Din's like jetpack, some of his electrical equipment. In terms of support, since we mentioned support, this is not necessary. We don't have to include it. But he does get access to a Securitron army at the end of the game. Now, in Vegas, there are these security bots, like these robots that act as security, called the Securitrons. They're controlled by the Yes Man AI. You can kill Yes Man. You can kill the body that Yes Man is in, but he'll just hop to like a different Securitron. There's like, I don't know how many, seemingly countless. Let's say 100. They each have grenade launchers and submachine guns. They're essentially like enough to patrol the entirety of
let's
the
say
New Vegas
100.
Strip. We could say-
Seemingly countless, a number so large I couldn't fathom it. Let's say 100.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, Scuzz says mini nukes aren't full-scale nukes.
Yeah.
The highest level we've seen for it is the Charleston Dam destruction feat, which required at most 3 to 4 of the mini nukes to destroy it.
Okay.
You're hoping we skate by with just it's the word nuclear and expect it to
Is there ever a point in time though? Because even despite like their explosive size, they still do. Like if you don't have anti-radiation stuff, you
Yeah.
die of radiation poisoning
that-
by being anywhere near
There
it.
also are nuclear weapons in the Fallout games, not just New Vegas,
Yeah.
that the characters can actually survive. One of which is called the C-23 Megaton nuke. So at the very least, something like a megaton in terms of like their durability.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, but I don't. Does the Mandalorian have anything to combat radiation
I mean,
poisoning?
the absolute like lowest you could get for like a nuclear weapon in the world, I think, is like around 50 tons of TNT, which it would be more than enough, especially with the splash damage from an explosion, would be more than enough to take out Din.
yeah.
So, probably wouldn't be affected by it because the suit is vacuum sealed. Like he can be in space while in a Mandalorian suit.
Ooh.
So it probably wouldn't matter. He also, from the radiation specifically, also if it takes multiple of these little Fat Man bombs essentially to take out a dam, I mean the rocket on his back is going to be more powerful than that. 'Cause that's designed to take out a starship. So pretty sure he's going to have firepower to match the Courier just hanging out on his back. And he's got the aerial superiority to just fly up and essentially nuke him from space, either from his Naboo starfighter with the proton torpedo, or from his jetpack.
I think that the Naboo Starfighter gets taken out by the like we can take the orbital laser and the Naboo Starfighter and go they can't.
Is the orbital laser like nimble enough
like
to
like
avoid?
just to remind you, when we talked about Boba Fett versus Predator, I think a similar matchup. We said no, Boba's not getting his fucking starship because it kind of goes beyond the scope of the fight.
That's because the Predator didn't have a starship. The whole idea.
Yes, he
was
does!
that would be a-
Well,
the
he
whole
does,
idea-
but it's
No,
like,
the whole
we
idea
don't know
was
what it
that it
does.
was going to be a Predator hunting sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna give them everything, like this is a different. This is not Boba Fett versus Predator. This is the Mandalorian versus the Courier. And if the Courier's got his space laser as just a thing he can access, then you know what? Mando's got a space thing he can access too. It's called a Naboo Starfighter.
Okay, then he hits him with a fucking EMP and takes the Naboo Starfighter out
From
like,
Earth, like you know.
Wait, let me
How
get this
big
straight.
is this EMP?
Let me understand. Let me fully understand this. The fight scenario that you have in your head is that the Mando flies towards the planet, says, "I have an enemy that I'm going to fight on this planet," and fires aimlessly at the ground until like a voice in his head says, "You win," and then fly away. This is what we needed to construct.
Yep, exactly.
For somebody that can just enter VATS, stop time, like literally, again, I would emphasize lasers are stopped, and then just shoot him within the gaps in his armor, even with like a regular gun.
Kino says
so.
with the super chat, if Din can replicate the Force, can he redirect the nuke? He cannot. I do not believe he has any tools that can replicate the Force in that way.
Yeah.
He can pull it closer and
Yeah.
faster to himself. He sees it coming. Oh, we'll use the Force. Shoots out his cable and pulls it to himself.
Yeah, like replicate the Force means like use his weapons to replicate like what the Force can do. So like
Right.
It's
the
more
cable
copying.
is like the Force telekinesis, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's how it's presented. I can't remember where they decided to say that's what it was. I think it might have been Clone Wars when some of the Night Watch was fighting Maul or whatever. Speaking of which, there are many examples of Mandalorians fighting Jedi. You mentioned earlier that like, oh, that's just kind of like, you know, they're meant to fight everybody. They're designed or they're trained to fight everybody. But like, there was a point. The reason why I say Din was a Mandalorian born past his time is because he is trained in the way that Mandalorians were trained when they specifically thought of the Jedi as their enemies. Like that was the idea. There's a whole war with them that like actually the Old Republic kind of covers this as well. Those Old Republic games like that covers the Mandalorian, the previous Mandalorian wars. Then it happened again later on because Star Wars is cyclical, I guess.
Like all things.
Exactly. But there are many examples of Mandalorians who are equal to or even worse than Din, just dueling Jedi and holding their own, surviving, and even winning. Whether they have the Darksaber or not. Happens all the time. Boba Fett is, of course, the obvious example, but it happens in the Clone Wars cartoons multiple times. Night Watch is fighting with like Obi-Wan or Anakin or Darth Maul, and a lot of their members are able to take care of them, even though these are technically Mandalorians who are not growing up in an era where Mandalore is like training everybody to fight Jedi. So they would theoretically be kind of worse than Din in a lot of ways. And Jedi have superhuman reflexes and speed. They can react to light speed effects and lasers and things like that. They are absolutely superhuman, and Din himself is superhuman in some miraculous way. He's able to like rip apart droids with his bare hands. Don't know how the hell he's able to do that, but he does it in the show.
Peak human, man.
Peak human in Star Wars is ripping apart metal.
Yeah.
And keeping up with Jedi, I think by itself makes taking out the Courier pretty kind of an easy thing. Maybe not an easy thing, but a pretty guaranteed thing for him. Because like, sure, the Courier's gonna have some tech that can perhaps take him out. But he's got some tech that can take out the Courier too, so I think it's just going to even out, and it's going to come down to who's the strongest and fastest, and it's going to be Din.
Well, there's the power armor, but before we get into any more of that, I want to talk about our sponsor today, and that's us.
And this.
So yeah, if you tuned in, you're like, why the hell are where are you? We bought a tavern.
We went
slash-
back in time.
Yes, slash made a set for our other channel that we're doing called the Nightly Brew. If you haven't checked it out yet, we do a lot of TTRPG and some Dungeons and Dragons. We got a lot of other cool stuff planned. We just dropped another episode of Blood on the Clock Tower, which is a social deduction game. That's a lot of fun. We had some friends join us. It was great. So go check that out. Also, if you just stick around, we're going to redirect this stream over to there where we're going to be playing Challenge Jenga, which we realized we forgot to tell Liam what it is. So enjoy seeing that in real time. We'll also show off the set. But if you guys watched the latest episode of Death Battle, you saw our ad there, which was also sponsored by us. And look, I found the original file
Yeah.
that I made, I don't know, 14 years ago or something like that. Thanks to my constant data hoarding and then Sean Hines' data hoarding of my data hoarding, we found the original file and I was able to recreate the very first Death Battle t-shirt. So you can go get the retro logo tee. Go to deathbattle.gg, click on merch. And then if you're members on the website, I made a cool 80s variant of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Different colorway.
yeah,
It's cool.
go check it out. So basically, I think I put in the description something like, I don't know, did you miss out on the shirt? Is yours old and worn out, or do you just want it on a much nicer t-shirt?
Yeah.
Because
We also
use-
still
nice-
got dope Mecha Goose stuff up
Yes.
too.
we
Mhm.
do. So
Which
go check out the
A couple
store.
of those downstairs actually. One of them's for
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mario.
and then the final thing is that I want to announce that starting tomorrow, Wednesday, you guys have been asking, you're like, what happened to Just the Fights? What happened to Just the Fights?
Oh yeah, God, we have so much shit going on.
Yeah, I
know,
know.
right?
So we are launching the Death Battle Zero channel. It exists right now. You can probably go find it.
It was soft launched over a year ago.
Yes.
And it didn't do anything.
But that's where we're gonna post just the fights and stuff. So because it's weird when we put it on our YouTube channel because it makes it really confusing to some people about like, wait, is this the death battle? Is this a death battle? Which also makes it confusing to advertisers. So we were like,
Which
we'll
is
just-
all that really matters.
it's an important part of our business, man. So yeah, but so that's gonna live on the Death Battle Zero channel. So expect about once a week we're gonna drop a fight and then a short to go along with it. So please do me a favor, go over there and watch. Even if you're like, I've seen that fight a million times. What can one more hurt? Go do that. Thank you.
Yeah, and I saw somebody in chat asking, why is Ben's hair purple? And I do kind of see what you mean.
Oh, dude, you got the
Yeah.
the streamer hair right
It's
now.
because we
It's
have
the light.
a light. I'm like right underneath it. Maybe we might need to move this backlight a little bit more into the center. We're still working on this set, obviously, but I could make it red.
Whoa,
Yeah, there you go.
violent.
Or
Better.
like green. Oh, that's just
We have
gross looking.
blue.
Let's
Joker
go back
spec,
To, like,
hell yeah.
purple. There we go. Yeah, we're still working on the set. The idea is to have it be like the lighting can change in an instant. We flip this table around to either be like a gaming table for like card games or whatever, or a D&D type table with a whole like dungeon master setup and whatnot. Yeah, we have big aspirations for this set. So we will talk more about it in the stream on Nightly Brew right after this. I'm very excited to get
You
into
should say the
all that.
hell mode. They hit them all on red like last night, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly. Anyway.
We do have some super chats we can get to, but I mean, I feel like we've covered most that we need to for this, right? Is
no,
there
I have
anything
a
you
bit
want
more.
to cover?
You talked about strength and speed, and I wanted to talk about.
Oh, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe we interrupted you.
No, you're good. Yes, you did, but it's okay. So like he is strong enough. So Mando is strong enough to rip metal apart. Courier is strong enough that with one punch he can cause you to explode into like a bloody mass. He has a perk called Piercing Strike, which allows you to completely negate whatever armor the person is using and fucking force your fist through their chest.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes.
Which that's a pretty big one, right?
Yeah, I
there,
think
yeah.
so. He has a perk called Terrifying Presence, which terrifies anybody that is in his presence. Like he just has this supernatural charisma, which scares you away. Paralyzing Palm, which if he touches you, you can be paralyzed for 30 seconds. Silent Runner, which allows him to run completely silently. Light Step, immune to like stepping on mines or anything like that. Ghost Hunter lets him kill ghosts. He fights a giant Robo Scorpion, which is the size of a fucking building, and even just his basic laser pistol is strong enough to completely disintegrate it, like nothing into nothingness. So something like to compare Mando's like shoulder or backpack rocket can destroy starships around that same size. Courier's laser pistol can do the same thing. Again, he can move, he can dodge lasers. With Turbo, he can run like in tandem with lasers and with bats, which he can activate at any time. lasers will stand still. I think the instant that he activates VATS, he's just going to be shooting into the gaps in between Beskar or hitting him with an explosive that would naturally, like, the splash damage would cover all of Mando's body, including the gaps. You don't see Mando taking nukes. You see him. The point of the Beskar is to deflect like bolts of energy or lightsabers. It's not meant for like massive explosions. And the Courier can survive nukes. Characters in Fallout can actually survive nukes. There's tons of them. In fact, in Fallout 3, I believe it's 3, there's a perk which allows you that when your health gets low enough, you just detonate like a nuclear explosion. So obviously Courier doesn't have that, different game, but that's the kind of like durability that we're talking about here. It's stupid Looney Tunes shit. And with luck, luck being godlike,
Piercing strike works against people in power armor.
Yeah.
And power armor is similar in the sense like bullets are just bouncing, like it's not doing a goddamn
exactly.
thing, right? Like
it just completely negates it.
yeah,
right? It just makes it like as
so
though
it's
not
like
even there.
it's not like, oh, you're going through a leather vest. It's like, no, like I mean,
Yeah.
the power armor is like like inches of super steel.
Yeah.
And he's just like blam.
and even if he gets hit, right, he has like
Yeah.
tons of food and cola and stuff like that.
He's
and
able
cams that
to
fully
insta-heal,
heal.
yeah.
Because he's an RPG character. He just has like
Yeah.
99 of everything, right? So, tough for Mando.
Well, Lucifer. Well, you got the devil on your side, Liam.
Hey.
Says
We all
Lucifer.
know that.
Lucifer Wolf. It says, don't forget that the Courier can also use DLC weapons as well. He is a demigod, and don't
Right.
forget he also has the mysterious stranger.
I didn't write down what those things were.
What is
but
the mysterious stranger?
mysterious stranger?
Mysterious
I've seen a
Stranger
couple
is
people talking about that.
perk where if you're about to die or you're in any kind of big fight, the mysterious stranger shows up and just saves you.
Oh my god!
Oh, death
Oh, it's a
comes-
dude. Oh, it's a
okay.
dude in like a suit, like a
Yeah, he's got the old school noir trench coat, like things up.
So
like,
God
and
shows up.
Yeah. I mean,
Gotcha.
he's like,
Grim Reaper shows up and is like, nah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Got one more chance.
he's like your guardian angel essentially.
Okay,
which is
mysterious
take the
stranger
hit.
versus Grogu. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Oh no!
It's the meme of like the people holding the gun to each other. It's like,
Yeah,
back of
yeah.
the head,
No,
it's like
Grogu would
mysterious
backflip
strangers
over
back
him and
there.
shoot him with the thing that he trained in with season 3.
Get
whatever
raptured.
the heck that was.
Hit the super chats real quick. Third Degree says, I wish we basically saying that they wish we had more examples of Mandalorians fighting Sith, which is true because like he said, there's a couple with like Vader and Maul, but do they really fight much in the extended lore at all?
In the old EU, I mean, there's a whole history of like, man, I don't know.
The
It's
old
mainly
EU,
Jedi.
It's like
Yeah.
some of their stuff. That's why Boba Fett gives Han Solo gloves so he can go fight his son. That's a whole thing.
oh, Jaden, yeah.
Yeah. But he's not a Mandalorian. He just takes their gear.
Yeah, Jaina is trained
Boba Fett gives him
by
a bunch
Boba
of
Fett
shit.
to fight Jason,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
is not, kind of a Sith at that point.
Yeah.
That was a whole thing.
They're not to be a stickler for canon, but Mando is like, I believe, specifically a Disney canon.
Yes,
character.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
that wouldn't
Um,
necessarily apply.
And you never
But-
fight him in any of the coders. When you're a Jedi, you don't ever fight Mandalorians, and not that I remember, in either of the Knights of the Old Republic.
No, because the Mandalorians are kind of half wiped out.
What about the
Yeah,
MMO?
Mandalorian Wars.
Surely they
Technically, they fought Revan
Yeah.
in that one.
Yeah.
So, and he would have been a Sith. Revan and Malak were
Yeah.
Sith at that point. So,
But
'Cause
you
Revan was
don't,
the one who
as
kinda, like,
Revan, you
nuked.
never fight any
No.
of them because you've already killed most of them.
because a
You
lot of
don't
them are
know it.
scattered or whatever.
Spoilers for a 20-year-old game that is very good. You don't know it, but you've already done it.
Filthy Casual says, "How does Beskar with a super chat? How does Beskar handle sound-based weapons? Sonic emitter can paralyze and give the Courier time to use other weapons.
He can hear shit.
Mandalorian plugs his ears.
Yes, when I'm wearing a helmet and then I clap.
I can't hear you, guys, I'm listening.
I'm
Just
pretty sure
running.
he's got like sound dampeners in there, but I don't actually know if that would. that might be a way.
Okay,
around
I
it.
know nothing's talking about putting his ship on autopilot to take out the orbital laser.
Yeah. I mean, it is the N1 Starfighter, which had autopilot in the movie, but it just kind of it flew into battle and then just kind of chilled. Like it took Anakin into a battlefield and then was like, "Hey, man, let's go see how everybody's doing, fighting, killing each other." Look at the scenery.
The way we would handle this in like an actual death battle is that like the laser orbital strike fires. It would not kill Mando because that's a lame way to end the fucking fight. It's just a fucking laser strike, and as it's firing, the ship would like fly up and do like a spinning around it thing and hit the thing and blow both of each other up.
Recreate exactly the scene in Independence Day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It would
right.
just be that. Yeah.
Liam, you're gonna love this one.
Yeah.
Sarah letting you know that there's a weapon in New Vegas that's
Yes.
just a Deathclaw hand, and it's called the Fist of the North Rar, which is incredible.
All right,
Wait,
I am
don't
going.
think that does anything against Beskar though.
Yeah,
Sadly,
no,
like,
but it's cool.
Yeah,
I-
it's
sick,
final
yeah.
statements.
I'm going to put up the poll, and we'll give final statements here. My final statement for Mandalorian. I mean, I feel like I've covered it all. I understand that Courier's got all this tech and whatnot, and he's got nukes and things like that. But we're talking about a society, a Star Wars universe that is leagues ahead of what 1940 whatever nukes timeline. Everybody's fucked because nukes went off. Like Star Wars is so far beyond that I don't see how any of the tech in Fallout is supposed to reasonably compare. Right? Like the Beskar is going to take most, if not all, of these weapons, and he's just going to shoot him with a pulse phase rifle, and he's going to disintegrate in one hit. Easy. Which he can do from a range in the air thanks to his jetpack, or even his N1 starfighter that could also nuke him with a proton torpedo. No problem. The end. Mando's got this.
Talked about the Mandalorian society being the most bloodthirsty, pro-war, pro-violence society in creation, but there is one society that is even more bloodthirsty, more pro-war, more violent than the Mandalorians, and it's the United States of fucking America. These people were so violent that they fucking nuked themselves. I truly think that the only society that can match the Mandalorians is the 1950s United States.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you got my vote.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think the Courier is just a little too like game mechanic busted
Yeah,
for
he's
this whole
fucking
thing.
bullshit.
It's
It's just
yeah, it's
RPG
just
bullshit.
yeah, it's just.
Oh, that's incredible.
Well, while you're wrapping up that poll, I just want to say that we got 20 gifted memberships from from Nikki, who's downstairs. Stop giving us your money.
Baby,
I'll take your money.
You don't have to do
Yeah.
that. Love you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nikki.
This is my girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh man, I lost something on my brain. Oh well, go ahead.
All right. Well, we're
Why? I did want to ask the chat if audio's been okay now that we're kind of into this. And also, did y'all actually see the like little thing for the Grogu Mandalorian movie? Does anyone care?
Is there a new one?
No, I mean there's a Super Bowl ad for like that was a little trailer for it, right? But it's like just them walking.
Does it actually
or something,
explain what the movie's gonna be?
Right? No.
Because every trailer I've seen for it is just like, here's a character.
Yeah.
You know? He's
Yeah,
called
it's
Mandalorian.
I just
Here's
the
a
only
little
thing
baby Yoda.
I just
They're
saw them
gonna
like
do
walking
something.
side by side. I was like, okay, yeah, it didn't show anything. It's just them like walking, and I'm like, okay, what's it? But does anyone care?
I don't know what the movie is.
Yeah, I
I
guess
also
I
don't
don't
know
care.
what it is.
Like, what are they doing with the
Yeah.
movie?
I still need to catch up
I-
on
It's
the
It's
whole
like a
season
My
of
Dinner with
Mandalorian.
Andre. Like,
Yeah.
It's just Mandalorian and
I
Grogu
would
having dinner.
love if it was just like a slice of life movie
Yeah.
and had nothing at all. Like it was just them on an actual little vacation together.
I mean,
would
at
be
the
into
end.
that.
So,
I'd be
spoilers
into
for the
that.
end of season 3.
Yeah.
They do get like a little. I don't know if it's like farmland or whatever, but like they just get a little house.
Yeah.
At the end of season 3, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, time for you guys to like just chill. And
Okay.
it really feels like it's like, okay, now the story's
I
done.
mean, yeah, hopefully
so
the movie is just
maybe it's just them
Slice
chilling
of
on a
life.
farm.
Yeah,
the whole
sure.
that'd
time.
be sick. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can't care about any of the Disney Star Wars shit.
It's
at this
hard
point.
to.
Mhm.
It's hard
It's
to.
like I'm
and
just
Andor's really
so-
spoiled us, I think, as like what it could
I
be.
heard
yeah.
Andor season 2 is like the best piece of Star Wars ever made, and I just like I watched the first
Have I caught
season
up on
and
s-
didn't go to the second season. and
Whoa.
I just,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
I mean,
Everybody says
I
it's
loved
great.
Andor.
I liked the first season, but I just think I'm just like burnt out on it at this point.
Mm.
Like,
People said that it was good because it's like clearly not about Star Wars. It's about like it's about what it is, and then
Yeah,
like with
yeah.
Star Wars stuff like added onto it.
Yeah.
That's
It-
certainly
it's-
to a certain degree. Yeah.
it's a small story inside the universe, which is what I think a lot of these should be, rather
Yeah.
than like, oh, this is gonna play into the thing or do the thing. It's like,
Totally.
just have it just be about like a
confidence in your
a
lore.
very small geopolitical,
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
comparison to the fucking galaxy, a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
small, like, yeah,
I guess so. I mean, season 2 does get very like
it does get
the
bigger.
rebi- the beginning of the rebellion essentially, but and helps Rogue One a lot. But either way, gonna wrap up the poll
I was
here.
about to say you can procrasticate as much as you want,
I
man.
was really hoping Mando would get a little bit more.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm also
No,
very
come on.
worried
1%
that YouTube is going
more or
to give
1%
me
less.
a 6.
No! God damn it!
Thanks for that, bud.
You guys, okay, so yeah, Mando has
6-7.
33% of the vote. Courier has.
God, kill it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Mandalorian season 3, if you haven't seen Andor, yeah, go watch that.
If you haven't played Fallout New Vegas,
Yeah, play
Go
that.
I
play
need
it.
to. I
It's
haven't
very
loaded
good.
it
Oh,
up on my
really?
Steam Deck. I really want
it's,
to.
I mean, it's pretty great. I don't know. 4 is like,
That's your favorite.
no, I think New Vegas is my favorite, but
Mm.
4 is much more modern. And for that case, it has a lot of quality of life things, a lot of reasons it's better. But like, Vegas kicks ass.
Yeah.
It is really
Okay.
good.
So, I actually don't know if this is set up to kick over. Is it going to kick over, or do you have to?
Austin, is the redirect up?
Yeah, we see a
Okay.
thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs
Yeah.
up.
So if you stick around, when this stream ends, you will automatically be moved over to our nightly brew stream where we are going to do Challenge Jenga, or I think we titled it like Death Jenga or something like that. Where we're gonna play like a
Surprise, Liam. We got-
where we're gonna play Jenga, and whoever loses
The final
dies.
challenge.
Yeah.
No,
Mortality.
basically we're gonna like show off the new set and like kind of talk about like our hopes and dreams for this new set and the Nightly Brew channel. But it's gonna kick you over to the Nightly Brew channel where that stream is going to start up. We're doing that instead of Champion Cast today, and that's gonna go for a while, I guess, until all of us die.
Yes.
And we'll see how it goes.
And if we haven't sold you enough yet, did we mention it's giant challenge Jenga?
Large.
Large, big blocks.
You mentioned it was just the little.
Yeah, so we'll get that set up. It's going to take us a few minutes to get everything set up and moved around and stuff, but we will be back on the Nightly Brew channel live in just a few minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another Death Battle cast. Thank you to everybody who's watched the new Death Battle. Also, by the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
if we missed that, Ichigo versus Yusuke is out. I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it's
It
super
kicks
fun.
ass.
All right, I think we've praised ourselves enough for now. So
Okay, bye.
We'll see you
See you over
Nightly
there.
Brew.
Yeah.